project update. As you can see, I have a single car garage with this toolbox, and that's a spot for the motorcycle. So very hard to get stuff done since I can only work on one side of the vehicle at a time, which is making it take extremely long. I have to get a person over to help me back the chassis out, turn it around, push it back in. But I'm still working on it. One thing I will give advice to anybody who's going to plan on doing this is, first thing you do is, once you get the old body off, is, if you're going to do what I did and move the engine transmission back, do that first. Then, as you can see here and here, I have nice access to the exhaust, so do the exhaust second. Why do I say this? Well, I added these extra frame rails, so it's as wide as the tires are. Stock tires, 205s, 75/15s. Well, it's not fun crawling from here to here just to get to here. And then those cross tubes here, I would do those pretty much last, because they hinder your access to the middle of the car. So yeah, I would do that differently. The rear suspension is done. I just got to put some lower coils in the front. When you see an overall picture, it looks very tall. But when I measure from the height of the roll bar to the bottom of the frame rails here, is actually shorter than that same measurement on that car, and that's a 2000 Passat wagon. And I've checked against my Jimmy, same measurements from the top down. So it just looks weird because this was always a narrow chassis, and especially without the body on it. But the width from here to there is actually narrower than every car I own. 2005 Jetta, 2000 Passat, and a 97 Audi A4. The bends there and for the A-pillar and stuff were all based off the stock Chevy Blazer, aka GMC Jimmy. I just moved it back 14 inches. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I'll have a bunch of videos to upload. Took me a while to do those because I don't always work on the same thing day after day after day. I get bored and go somewhere else, which is why the clutch pedal box, the firewall, used to be there. I took it out to get access to do the exhaust. So that's where I'm at. I'm continuing to plug along. Haven't got anything done with the floor pan yet. Been working on the firewall. It's been about a year since I posted my first video. And sorry, some of the videos are vertical instead of landscape. I don't know why the phone did that, but it did. I do have a nice $1,500 DSLR camera. Problem with it is it only shoots 10-minute videos. And plus, I don't want to take it outside and ruin it, or I can just video off a $70 Motorola Razr phone. Plus, it doesn't help when you're using a 6.5-inch cutoff wheel in your grinder. You're sitting on your knees and your feet with your butt on your feet, and you're cutting a 2-inch piece of metal, 16 gauge, and the grinder jumps, hits the ground, spins around, cuts a 2-inch gash in your leg. You go to the emergency room, get 6 stitches internally, 9 externally to fix that wound. Then find out later it also cut your knee, which you didn't notice because you had so much pain in your lower calf. Yeah, I was a little accident prone for the month of October.